Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Shemi Hoshai, Ba'ashim Kakodash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, even the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, hopeful like tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Elder Yashawan. Shalom and salutations to you all. This is a World War III Daily Update, and we're going to make it real quick. 2 Corinthians 2:11 in the NIV. In order that Satan might not outwit us, for we are not unaware of his schemes. NLT, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes, right? Now, are we the only ones monitoring what Satan is doing? No, you got Moab, you got Danny Haifong. Who is he? These are Moabites. And where they were discussing Eastern Asia for a moment, now they're moving into how Bibi is affecting the greater chessboard of World War III. So I'm going to go ahead and pick it up right there as they begin to discuss the bigger picture. And you can see that Moab knows exactly what's going on, how Amalek is moving. Listen.
Yeah, Carl, to you, your reactions and thoughts.
I just want to mention that, I noticed there's a lot of Zionists, hardcore Zionists, posting really insane tweets to stir up hatred against the Chinese people and China. It's very obvious what they're trying to do. They're trying to distract people from what Israel is currently doing, carrying out an ongoing genocide, and they want to distract people from the influence of the Israeli lobbies, controlling those Western governments.
Moab knows what's going on.
Look at China. And it's I have to say, it's working. That's why they keep on doing it.
Moab knows.
At some point, people got to wise up to this. For me, it was immediately obvious why they're doing this. But you're going to see a lot more of these kind of internet crazy posts as times goes on, as China continues to rise and the West continues to decline.
Sorry, Moab.
The only manufacturing, only manufacturer of the U.S. is going to lead China is in the manufacturing of the copium. But it is what
you could be in the manufacturing of that tub, that wash pot.
There's not going to be, despite all the rhetorics and the tensions, I don't expect a war in the Western Pacific, because, if a war were to happen, it will devastate all the economies.
Keep going.
All the economies of East Asia, China, Korea, Japan, etc. This is not in the interest of the people over here. Well, it might be in the interest of the United States, but for majority of the people that in East Asia, people still prefer to go on their business, and I don't see a much chance of a war breaking out. A war will only break out if U.S. really decide to press that button. But I don't think, like KJ pointed out, U.S. has realized at this particular juncture it's not able to do so because of serious resource constraints. So for the short term and intermediate terms, I'm still fairly optimistic about the prospect for peace in this region.
Gentlemen, KJ, Carl, anything else that you'd want to say before we
speak on the greater war?
Here? Is there anything that wasn't said?
Well, yeah, I certainly hope Carl is right. I tend to be always, and this is my orientation, I tend to be more pessimistic. I believe that war is being planned. I believe that this is simply the U.S. reloading and pausing to reload. I agree, the rare earth elements are a critical constraint. But what we have to do is we have to remember the national security strategy is the first of a raft of documents So we have to watch out for what the National Defense Strategy says. That will come out early 2026. And then we have to look at the Nuclear Posture Review and the National Military Strategy. Keep an eye out for those documents, because they will tell you what is coming next, especially the Nuclear Posture Review. Because as I have said over and over again, if the US decides to go to war over Taiwan or with China, it is most certain to go nuclear. And we see the groundwork has been laid out for 10 years by Elbridge Colby and the neocons. And I think that we still have to be very, very careful. If it goes to war, it is going to be a nuclear war. And this is why everybody has to put their shoulder to the wheel and prevent any escalation to war. And we have to also understand that this is no longer a first world problem. Activists, especially progressives on the left, are used to dealing with first world problems, labor issues, salary issues, things like that. These are much, much higher stakes. It requires a much higher level of commitment and action than I think people are actually aware of and ready to commit to. But they have to be aware of that. The stakes are extraordinarily high.
I agree with KJ that if...
All right. I'm going to cut you. You just went the wrong direction. So anyway, there you have it. Let's get something on the way out. What? Okay, don't listen to them. Listen to the prophets. The prophets know what the hell is going on. Rev 11. There's only one way to get out. All right? What did the prophets say? Revelation 11 and 14 right here. Second woe is past. Behold, the third woe is coming shortly. That's all you need to know. With that, shalom to the elect.